Good morning, YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, October the 19th, 2024. And now my lips dry. 2024. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. If you coming back, y'all know the vibes. Welcome back. Yep, your favorite nappy head. Your favorite nappy head reporting live. 989 News coming straight at you. But don't talk about my hair because your mama don't have none. Welcome back to our continuation of Vlogtober. It been a minute. It been a miggity minute. I know. Oh, shit. When the picture man say, Paul, she don't need no filter, no filter, no nappy head and all. Baby, play with your mama, don't play with me. I don't know why that song is in my head. Do my face look dry, y'all? Anywho, I had to take me a little hiatus for a second. But I'm back, ready to attack. I am back, and we're going to get into all of it. I'm going to explain all of it. We're going to have us a little story time today. I'm going to do a little vlog today. But baby, we back. I know y'all missed me on y'all TV screen. Y'all was like, where that little nappy hair girl at? First of all, put some respect on my name. I am a lady. So it's very much given nappy head lady. Period. Y'all see my little ponytail? Don't start. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and say hello. I am in the car driving somewhere. And I wanted to holler at y'all for a second. Period. But I will see y'all again when I pick up the camera. And we'll go ahead and have our little story time talk. I feel like something in my eye. And it's probably the same little dirty contact that I was supposed to switch out this morning. But I ain't switch them out this morning. I ain't had time. I was running late. But I'm going to switch them out when I get back. When I get biggity back. I don't know, y'all. I want to be scrappy or something. She's naive for the fifth naive. I don't know. It's early in the morning. It is 7:49 a.m. on a Saturday. And yeah, I'm going to see y'all in a minute because I'm about to connect my, I'm about to put on some chapstick. That's what I'm about to do. But I'm about to connect my Bluetooth to the car so I can go on here and listen to my gospel real quick because, baby, I'm blessed, okay? I'm not even too blessed to be stressed. I'm just all the way blessed. Stress don't live here. Stress don't live here. Worry don't live here. Fear don't live here. Frustration don't live here. Frustration used to. We'll get into it. We're going to talk about it. Nothing lives here. I'm just blessed. So, I'll see y'all in a minute when I pick back up the camera. But I promise we'll take the world to its feet and rise up, rise like the day I rise up. Said there wouldn't be trials, never said I wouldn't fall, never said that everything would go the way I wanted to go. But when my back is against the wall, I just can't give up now. I can sing, don't talk about me. Come too far from where I started from. She make these hoes turn up they nose. When the picture man say pose, she don't need no filter, no bad, no filter. Y'all see it. Stop playing with me. Like y'all don't see it. It's all there. Hey, y'all. I am back. I don't know if I don't like the lighting or what. You ate your muffin? You want another one? No? You want some more? One for Amaya. Why I'm turning my head so much talking to y'all? And one for Mommy. All gone. It's the little bite muffins. I am coming to y'all for a little story time. An updated story time. Yeah, it gets better when I get in better lighting. I'm coming to y'all for an updated story time. But before that, I'm going to show y'all my hair. Yeah, y'all saw me nap your head so much. So when I want to show y'all my hair, I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear Nathan. I don't be trying to hear Nathan. Yeah, it's all there. I don't be trying to hear Nathan.
Nah, I saw him run towards the rotate.
Trying to get my whole head in there for y'all.
No, I didn't hit fire. I just couldn't aim in quick enough. Well, yeah.
It's all there. It's all there. So, let's have a little story time. Okay, I'm going to take it back. If y'all haven't watched my, I'm going to swing my hair this whole time. I promise y'all, I got so much body to it. Why would I not? So, just be prepared, because this whole time I'm going to be rocking my head. If you haven't watched my last 2 videos, go check those out, because it's all going to tie in together with what I'm about to, with what I'm about to discuss now. Also, I posted a live this morning. I went live. We live, baby. I did that this morning. So, touch bases with that live if you haven't seen it. If you watch on my channel and you're not subscribed, head on over and hit that subscribe button, baby. This is the realest and the most authentic that it's going to get on YouTube. I am not a content creator. I am Keiaranicole.
My tablet's dead.
Yo, tablet dead.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Go put it on charger.
Mommy,
Huh?
I think tablet loves couch.
You don't want to charge it?
I do want to charge
Okay, well, go put it on
Mommy,
charger.
he will leave it like here at 5 minutes, and then I will charge it up.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, I'm not a content creator. I'm Keiaranicole with a camera in my face. Okay? Let's get into it. I'm not a content creator. Now,
Wait, why
let's
are you
get
talking to a camera?
because I'm trying to record a video, but I keep hearing a little person. She trying to talk and take over the video. Anywho, all right. Now let me try to give a little story. So my dad was born in 1963.
Mommy.
He lived in...
Wait. Channels?
Okay. He lived in Mississippi at the time. His dad died in 1966 from tuberculosis. He caught tuberculosis and he died. My grandma then moved from Mississippi to Michigan. She took her kids and moved. Thank you, Maya. She took her kids and moved to Michigan. So, in 1966, my dad was disconnected from his family. His dad had died. So when they left Mississippi, they left grandparents behind. I might have to move, y'all, because I might have starting to tend to do too much. They left grandparents behind. They left aunts and uncles, cousins, if that was their granddad, that'd have been their great uncles. You know, they left family behind. In 1966, at my granddad's funeral was the first time that my dad saw his big brother. My dad was 2. Amaya, please be quiet or get out. My dad was 2 at the time of his dad's funeral. He met his big brother, who was 17 at the time of his dad's funeral. Okay. Now, they left Mississippi in 66. In 1998, by the grace of God, that same big brother had actually moved to Michigan, but they didn't know it. My dad connected back with his big brother in 1998. 1998. Yo, mama tried to skate. She broke her booty bone in 1998. Get that out of your mouth. Hold on, y'all. All right, so met his brother in 1998. We grew up. In 98, I was like 8 or 9. We grew up knowing his big brother, my Uncle Al, just a great person, all-around great person. I don't know why. Well, my hair is broke off right here, but I'll get it together. Don't trip. Yeah, we grew up knowing my Uncle Al. My Uncle Al passed in 2015. I was an adult from 2007 to 2015, so that's 11 years. I don't know why I did not ask my uncle about his dad and what stories he may have remembered or what direction he could point me in. We always asked about my granddad, but we was always told he died when my dad was 2. He was tall, dark-skinned, skinny. He used to be in a band and play music. You know, we knew like that standard-ass type information, but not really. I'll charge it. Go ahead, watch your TV. Not really nothing that we could bank on. So, I don't know why I didn't ask my uncle about it, but I didn't. And that's a regret that I've had. But throughout different points in my life, my family has tried to locate my dad's family. Like, they look for their dad people. We have looked for research on my granddad. My big brother was able to find out where he was buried at, or so they say. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to deal with I don't remember where I left off. So I'm going to try to start it here. And I apologize if you're watching my story time. It will not be a story time like everybody else's when they played out and laid out so straight and narrow. Mine, we jumping a little bit all over the place, but at the end, it be coming together and it makes sense. So, we never asked about the family. Everybody have tried at different times to locate them. My big brother was able to locate where they say my granddad was buried in Vicksburg, Mississippi. So he saw that and was able to take my grandmother to his burial site. And my brother was like, at that point, I just stopped because I felt like that was good enough for Granny. So, God rest my grandma, beautiful soul. So he was like, I felt like that was good enough, so I stopped. I started researching, asking questions. I could find nothing on my granddad, nothing. And when I tell you, I've never even seen a picture of my granddad, ever. So I started feeling like, do they really know who their daddy is? Do my grandma really know who her baby daddy was? She said this was her husband. Do she really know? Because this man was like a figment of everybody's imagination. Like, there was no proof dating back to him. I ain't see no obituary. Never saw a picture. Never knew nothing except he caught TB when my dad was 2 and died. And he was this, that, and that, and tall and thin and dark and playing in a band. And I'm like, why don't we have no trace of this man? He was not a broke back slave. Like, slavery time was over. I can see if we can trace somebody that was in the slavery days and we don't got no picture of them or whatever. But slavery had ended. And we still could not had no proof of this man. So I started thinking he was a figment of everybody's imagination. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So I so when my uncle died in 2015, my granddad Luther Lewis was listed in his obituary. It said preceded in death by his father Luther Lewis. So then I started thinking like, maybe this man is real. And I know y'all probably thinking like, how you thought your dad's dad wasn't real? When I tell y'all, if y'all only hear the stories that we heard, I'm not leaving out stories that we were told, and I'm just not telling y'all. Now, my dad was 2 at the time, so granted, he did not remember like he was 2. Like, I don't even remember being 2. But even him connecting with his brother, who was estranged from the Lewises, we were only told that my granddad was tall, dark, and real thin. He used to have to duck his head to walk through the rooms. He played music, he blew the harmonica, played the guitar because he was in a band. He was born in Vicksburg, Mississippi, died in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and he died from catching tuberculosis. That is all we heard about my granddad. I ain't leaving nothing out for y'all. So I started thinking at my uncle's funeral when I saw his obituary, like, okay, well, maybe he real. Maybe. Catch it. That was in 2015. Kind of like let it go. Didn't really worry about it. And then in December 25th of 2021, I got real sick and was on my deathbed. I'm telling y'all, I'm not exaggerating. I was going to die and God spared my life. So no psych though. It's all there. Because God spared my life, I told myself I'm not going to die not knowing my family. I'm going to find my family. This is in 2021. So I started doing research in 21. I called the Vicksburg Library, which I don't know why I had never thought of it before, but here's where we is. So in 2021, my chin's itching. In 2021, I started doing research on my family and trying to, actually I started doing research on my granddad, trying to prove that this was a real person. Okay, get into it. So, I called the Vicksburg Library, and this was the first time I ever seen my granddad's name in print, in black and white, that this was a man that existed. This was a man. This was a real person. So, and before I continue, y'all have to understand. So, my name is Keiaranicole Lewis. 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 My dad is a Lewis. His siblings are Lewis. My grandmother, her last name was Lewis. Right? However, my grandmother is a Fraser. Her maiden name is Fraser. Okay, I'll look for it. My grandmother's maiden name is Fraser. She married my granddad and became a Lewis. So if you think about it, there was no way to trace us back to our roots. And nobody not going to understand it and they will understand it. The only way they're not going to understand it is if they're not trying to. Because there's been a lot of fluff with me finding my people. A lot of, okay, well, you said you're going to do it, then do it. Okay, well, good for you if you do it. But if you know where you belong, then you can't really relate to where I'm coming from. My tree goes back with my grandma. Now, each person is made up of 4 trees. It's going to be, you're immediately connected to your mom's side and your dad's side. But then you're connected to their mom and their dad. You know what I'm saying? So you connect in 4 different ways. So I can't figure out where I connect back on my dad's side. And it's not my grandma. That's where I connect back on my dad's mom's side. So I want to know where I connect. Where's my last name from? Who are my people? Where does Lewis travel back to? That is why I said I'm going on the deep end, because I was finna say that's why I said I'm making a goal. But then my brain started getting that Black Ink crew, where Donna told that deaf girl, I'm gonna make it, you gonna make it a goal for me to, again, and I'm good as, I can't even say what she said, but if y'all know that Black Ink crew episode, y'all know what I'm talking about. So anywho, I said I'm gonna find my people. 2021, I saw my granddad's name in black and white for the first time that this was a person. I saw his death announcement, because at the time, the obituaries were not like they were now. I don't know why this one piece of hair want to go back here, and I want it to come up here. I have to comb it. But death announcement, it was a death announcement. Obituaries weren't like they are now. So I saw his death announcement. I saw that he left his mother and father. You know, they were still alive. He survived by my grandma and her kids, and then my dad's big brother. So I'm like, okay, oh my God, wow. Like, this was a real person. He not a figment of these people's imagination. These folks wasn't lying. Because, baby, I'm telling you, I thought they was lying. These folks was not lying. And so I was like, okay. When I saw when I saw my granddad's death announcement, I was able for the first time to see that my granddad had siblings. My granddad was survived by a brother and a sister. So I started thinking, like, these people might be alive, they might not be alive. It's 2021. I don't know if they was his big brother and big sister, little brother, big brother, little sister, big sister. I did not know. But I just saw that he was survived. So I'm like, I have to find these people, because they might be alive, they might be dead. But these people may have had kids, and their kids may have had kids. And baby, we have a family out there. We just got to find them. So his brother's name was Joe Lewis, or is Joe Lewis, because I don't know if Joe dead or alive. And his sister's name is Ella Mae Tolliver, right? So I started doing that research with that from January of 2021 all the way throughout until February of 2022. And I was finding nothing, y'all. Nothing. So, January of 2022, I said that wrong. I was sick January 21. I told y'all the story. I'm going to correct my story along the line. I got sick December 25th, 2021. And I got better January 2022. January 21st to be exact, is the day I got up out my bed. God allowed me to get up out my bed. So, I ain't gonna edit this video either, because I really, I don't want it clipped up. I need y'all to see every emotion I'm going through. Because I'm not faking the funk for y'all. I'm really, talking to y'all. So, January 2022, I researched all the way until February of 2023. And I got nothing. February 2023, I took a DNA test on 23andMe. And you have to allow the DNA to work, because you're only going to match with somebody if people in your family have tested. And so I waited all the way until about 2 weeks ago. We're in 2024 now. I waited all the way until the last week of September 2024. And I hadn't had any immediate connections on my granddad's side. So I just ordered another Ancestry DNA test, which is supposed to be the biggest database for DNA. I just ordered that maybe 2 weeks ago, and that just got picked up Saturday. So now I know y'all probably wondering, why didn't my dad test? Because it would have been easier for him to connect right with his people. My dad are one of those people. He's one of those people. He didn't want his DNA out there. My dad, he didn't want his DNA floating out there. So, that was that. I told Siobhan to try to steal it, but she talking about okay, but didn't come back with no DNA. So there's that. Now that I had yawned and all my necks were showing, all my chins were showing. Anywho, so the DNA didn't work, so I took it back to the research. Now, in the time of me researching my granddad, and I told y'all I found he had a brother and a sister. In the time of researching, I could not find his brother. His brother's name is Joe Lewis. That name is so common. It's white folks' name, Joe Lewis. And my granddad was a full-on African American. That name is too common to be looking for his brother. I couldn't find his brother. I can't find his brother. No, it's not. I can't. I have not yet found his brother. Now, his sister's name is Ella Mae Tolliver. So I had been Googling Ella Mae Tolliver for so long, right? I'm not going to say nothing was coming up. Something was coming up about a famous artist named William, who was survived by his mother, Ella Mae Tolliver. Okay. So I knew that I was in the right spot because it's doing research and trying to ask my dad questions. My dad ended up telling me we had a cousin who was a famous artist that did art for the Olympics when they were in Atlanta. He stayed in Atlanta. I thought my dad was full of shit. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So I'm like, nigga, ain't nobody getting fake. Okay. A famous artist? Okay. All right. Y'all want to know what's crazy about it, though? When I was at my aunt's house, my Aunt Ruby, God rest her soul, she just passed away not long ago. I remember as a kid, them talking, and they talking about a famous artist who was rich and stuff, and I thought it was on my mama's side this whole time, but whole time I'm not sure why they were having this conversation, but they were talking about a cousin on my dad's side. So, when the picture man say post, you don't need no filter, no big man, no filter, no. I don't know why that's in my head. I'm sorry. Anywho, so I came up on him and information about William Tolliver Jr., him being a famous artist and being survived by his mom. So I was like, oh my goodness. Ella Mae Tolliver did have kids. She had a son named William Tolliver Jr. And William was survived when he died at the time by his wife and 2 kids. So I started trying to find his wife and 2 kids because I'm like, I don't know if his mom is still alive, but these are my people. His kids are my people. So, I end up like just taking a name to Facebook and writing somebody that I thought was his daughter. And it ended up not being his daughter. This lady who had the same name said she married in. So she's like, it wasn't the right person. So I was just like, okay. And I had like, cover up all my necks. I had like really nothing to go off of. So, moving past that, I kept trying to search for his mom because I'm like, is his mom alive? Is his mom dead? Like, Ella Mae Tolliver, where you at? Like, where you at, cuz? Would that be my cousin? That would be my great aunt. So, like, I couldn't find anything. So I switched from Ella Mae Tolliver, just started trying to get more information on my granddad. Now, if y'all have went and watched my last 2 videos, y'all saw the one where I'm sitting on the floor. The lighting ain't the best. I'm sitting on the floor. I was so frustrated that night. And I was in my flesh. And I was so frustrated. And I was like, I'm going to find my family. I'm adamant about it. You mark my words. I'm going to find my family. I'm going to find where my granddad is buried at. I'm going to put a headstone on my granddaddy's grave. And I'm going to do whoop, 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 whoop. I was doing my head like that. I'm not just doing it for y'all. I was really doing that. And I was like, because mark my words. I'm going to find. Okay. So, after I got off that video, I was like, I was so frustrated and just so hurt because it's a hurtful feeling to not know where you belong. I don't care who I look like. You know, some people be adopted and when they find their family, they be like, oh my God, I look like you or we look alike. I got your note. I don't care about that. I did not care about who I look like. I did not care about when you take a DNA and break down what you make connected with or what you. My dad was like, well, what do it say on yours? Dad, I didn't even look at that. I'm not looking for what makes me me. I'm not looking for that. I was looking for a legit person. A real live person that can tell me about my granddad. A real live person that can validate to me that my granddad was a real person that had real family and real roots that trace back somewhere instead of him being treated like some broke back slave that y'all don't even have no picture of. Whole time I heard my granddaddy was well off and drove a Cadillac, but ain't nobody got no picture of. Whole time my dad and his brother got a picture looking like some country bumpkins from the backwoods when they was babies, but ain't nobody got no picture of his dad. No, I was looking. I was looking for some information on Luther Lewis Sr. Period. Didn't want to know like, oh, I look like y'all. That's not what I was in the business of. So I was so frustrated when I got off that video. I sat in my room and I cried. Amaya, don't do that. Don't get that wet. Okay, that's nasty.
Okay.
Okay, go throw it away. Throw that tissue away.
I tried to get it clean.
Oh, you trying to clean the balloon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. So, I went in my room and I cried and I was frustrated and I was like, God, please, please help me find my family. Help me find out where my granddad is buried at. Like, I need y'all to understand because we are supposed to spread the gospel. And I don't really like spreading the gospel because y'all will hear me cuss. Y'all hear me say, fuck this shit. And then y'all hear me say, God is so good. And God said this, that, and the third. But one thing that you have to understand, or a couple things you have to understand. For one, I'm not a content creator. So I cannot get up in front of y'all and fake the funk. That's the first thing you have to understand. Second thing you have to understand is that I'm true to myself. I pretend to be no one else. I don't want to be no one else, baby. It don't get no better than Keiaranicole. I don't pretend to be nobody else. I only want to be me. So I don't like spreading the gospel because, thank you, Amaya. I don't like spreading the gospel because, yes, hold on a second. Because, people try to not take you for being for real or for what it is. People judge you when they feel like you ain't living a certain way that you should be living. Or they feel like, this bitch always cussing. She done said F this and F that. Or she go out and be on that liquor. She be on that liquor. She be on that bottle. Oh, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't even be on that bottle like that. But when I get on that bottle, baby, we can hands on it. Right. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I don't be feeling like the eyes rolled in the back of their head. I don't care if you judge me. They judge Jesus. I don't care if you judge me because I might be judging your mama. So I don't really care about that. But they, I gotta put that laundry up. So I just don't be feeling like people rolling their eyes in the back of their head or feeling like I'm BS, and I don't want to add to people feeling like whoever feels like this God stuff ain't real, ain't nothing to it. I don't be feeling like contributing to that because they see a person like me and be like, if that's the God, I don't want to follow that. So I don't spread the gospel as I should because Mark 16:15. Okay, baby, we supposed to spread the gospel. So I am spreading it to y'all. And I need y'all to understand. I was so frustrated. I went in my room and I hit the floor. And I said, God, please, please help me find my family. Please help me find my family. I was really like, I wasn't this calm with it. I was like, I can't reenact what I was doing, but I was like, please help me find my family. I was crying. Please show me where my granddad is buried. I don't want my granddad buried like no brokeback slave, just putting the dirt. He ain't got no headstone. Please. And see, I'm going to try to say this with no shade, no tea. I'm 35 years old, and I did not have as much freedom with my grandmother who just passed. God rest her beautiful soul. I did not have as much freedom with my grandma, or no say so, or no, I was shunned like a little girl, like shunned, like, you know, little kids back in the day, you go in the room, get out of grown folks' business. I was kind of shunned like that, and I was blatantly told, this is my mama, by multiple people. That's our mama, by multiple people. And so, no, it's not woe is me, because it wasn't just me, it was my siblings too. So I didn't have as much freedom or say so with my beautiful grandma, or able to help with my beautiful grandma. And I mean this with everything in me, and I need y'all to hear me the way that I'm saying it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me shit about my granddad. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me a motherfucking thing about my granddad. If I said I'm gonna put a headstone on my granddad's funeral, I'd like to see the biggest, baddest one stop me. I'd like to see the biggest, baddest one stop me. Okay. No shade, no tea. Clock that. So, I was like, God, please show me, because my granddad buried with no headstone. He just in the field with some dirt. Like, he don't belong nowhere. He ain't had no family that he belonged to. That was a Friday night. I stayed up researching on my phone, looking heavy for information on my granddad, information on his family. It was 3:44 a.m. Friday night, or Saturday morning, whichever way you want to look at it. And I located where my granddad was buried. God gave me, I didn't locate nothing. God gave me the location where my granddad was buried. But not only did he give me that, he gave me my great granddad's death announcement. So I was able to see when he died, who survived him, where he was buried. He's buried right with my granddad. Along with my granddad was one of my granddad uncles who are buried there. Along with that is one of my granddad's aunts who's buried there. So it seems like the family cemetery, the place that the family members go who stay in that area. So, and that's what I'm talking about in my other video, the one after y'all see me on the floor. I'm actually sitting at the gas station. If you watch that one, you'll get the information on that. But I was able to find out where they were buried. And, oh, excuse me.
Mommy, I get to hit to it.
Yeah, and then don't twist it up no more, okay?
Okay.
Say, clock that T. I might say, clock that T.
Clock that T.
I know that's right. Tell them don't play with you. Say it. Say, don't play with me.
Don't play with me.
Period. Period.
Period.
Yeah. Because you're very much that girl. So that was Friday. So I was so excited, so ecstatic. I'm like, baby, I'm going back to Vicksburg. I'm going to Vicksburg to get my granddad's stuff situated. Now, baby, I ain't never been to Vicksburg. I'm just not a country type of girl. So I couldn't go there by myself. I had to pull somebody in with me. So my sister's going with me. My sister's going with me. So Saturday, I'm still on the same research train because my granddad had a sister and a brother who survived him. When he passed, his mom and dad survived him, but I knew that his dad died because I was able to find his death announcement. So his dad died just 2 years after my granddad. And then his mom, I knew she died because my dad told me later on in life when he found his brother, they were going to go visit the grandma, but she ended up dying. So I knew she died. Didn't know exactly when, but I knew she died. So I started trying to find the siblings again because I'm like, I don't know if they're dead or alive. I don't know if they had kids. I knew Ella Mae Tolliver had a son named William. But I was also trying to find William's kid. So I get back in on my research and I'm like, God, it's me. It's me. Please help me locate my family. Like, I don't know where I belong. Please help me locate my family because, yes, I'm a Johnson and a Vine. Them is my mama people. Yes, I'm a Frazier. That's my granddad. I mean, that's my grandma people. My dad's mom people. But my last name Lewis. And I've never wanted it to be nothing else. My last name is Lewis. Where do I tie back to? Where does my tree go back to? So, why do Amaya got that up there? So I I done begged, I done asked, but I'm still doing my part. Faith without works is what? Say it with me. Faith without works is dead. Period. Okay. So I'm doing my research and I go to Google and I go to Google my granddad's sister's name. Her name is Ella Mae Tolliver. Now, mind you, I have Googled.
Treasure map.
Okay, go find it. I have Googled all of this information before.
Treasure map at home.
Okay, please be quiet because I'm talking to somebody for a minute, okay?
Okay, I want to talk about too.
Okay. I'm trying to do this without Amaya interrupting. She's making it take longer. All right, I had Googled my granddad's sister's name, Ella Mae Tolliver, after I had Googled it so many times before. But I was wondering maybe I'll find, William Tolliver's, her son's obituary or announcements. Because they did, like, interviews on him about his art and stuff. So I'm like, maybe I will find information on him. And I'll be able to go from there. A clue to find there, or maybe I could try to find his kids again. Like, I didn't know, but that's where I was headed. When I Googled my aunt, that'd be my great aunt. When I Googled my great aunt's name, as God is my witness, I done Googled this lady's name before. An obituary popped up. An obituary popped up. So this is Saturday. Yeah, this is Saturday. An obituary popped up and she did pass in 2003. And I was like, dang, even my uncle was alive in 2003 because he just passed in 2015. So I'm like, dang, that was kind of like a blow. But, so I just started reading her obituary. And when my aunt passed, my aunt had 9 living kids. 9. So that told me, baby, I got some people. Because, yes, his sister's name was Ella Mae Tolliver, but that's because she was already married at that time. Baby, she's very much a Lewis. She just was already married. So she had 9 living kids at the time of her death. And she was, her son, William Tolliver, had already passed. William Tolliver Jr. So I wrote down all my cousins' names in my little handy-dandy research notebook. And I wrote down the locations that they lived in the time. I wrote the locations that they lived in the time that their mom died. All right. So then I started taking their names to Google. I learned that 2 of those 9 children had died. So now I'm at 7 out of the 9. So I keep trying to research them. I haven't put up anything on anybody else. So I'm like, okay, the other 2 must still be living, right? The other 7 must still be living. So that was Saturday. And I'm like, dang, I got to give me a phone book, baby. I got to go back to Antoine Fisher days. I'm going to have to give me a phone book for Louisiana and Mississippi and just try to start calling people with these names. So my uncle's girlfriend, Melissa, God bless her soul. If y'all don't have a Melissa in your family, you need to get you a Melissa. But the unfortunate part is you can't have our Melissa because God bless her soul. Melissa was right there like, did you look at this? Did you look at this? Try this. Try that. Did you think about doing this? Or what about this? So Melissa ends up telling me, like, you don't need a phone book from there. Just look at the whitepages.com. Now, I went on the white pages, and one thing y'all got to know about me, I like instant gratification. I like instant gratification. So the white pages was doing too much. And baby, I need you to give it to me like that. It was doing too much. It was like Shein or Amazon or Temu. That's why I don't shop on them places. Because they do too much. They do too much. I can't focus. I can't concentrate. So I had got off white pages. And Melissa was like, well, I'm going to still stay out here and I'm going to still look. Oh, this person says this and this person says that. And I'm like, okay. And then something told me, like, take one of these names. Now, mind y'all, I had took one of my cousins' surviving kids' names to Facebook and it ended up being the wrong person. I took one cousin. I said, I'm going to take one cousin name to Facebook and I'm going to search in the area of Lafayette, Louisiana. I don't know if she still live there. She did in 03. She could have moved. She could have not. She could probably still be there. So I'm going to take one person's name. So I searched up one name, and it popped up in Lafayette, Louisiana. So I'm like, okay. If I said it's an older lady, so it might be her. It might not. Like, I'm not sure. But I was like, if this is her, and you on Facebook, your siblings going to be in your friends. So I was like, I'm going to go start searching her siblings. And I was kind of like leaning on my bed, like I was kneeled on the floor, like leaning over my bed. And I started typing in the siblings' names. The siblings started popping up in her friends. Every name I typed, they were popping up. So I'm like, is this the right people or is it not? But what's the odds of this being her and all her siblings being in her friends? Like what's the odds? So I literally, my heart is over here, your heart over here. So I'm leaning, I fell back onto my floor. And I was like, God, please, God, please, God, please. I like, hold on. I'm about to scream and I'm about to cry at the same time. Like, I don't know if I'm having a heart attack. I don't know, like, what's going on. Like, I'm feeling like this is real. Is this really happening? Oh, my God. Like, I was feeling all that at the same time. So I'm like, wait, I need to breathe. I need to calm down. So I requested everybody. I sent everybody a friend request. And, I sent everybody a friend request, and one accepted my request like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna send her a message, and I started writing her, letting her know like who I was, and I'm looking for surviving kids of an LMA Tolliver, and one of them share a name with you. That's that nasty girl stuff. That's that nasty girl stuff, nasty mom stuff. Yes?
He speak with you.
I was like, wanting to share a name with you. I'm trying to see if I have the right person. If this is the right person and you would be interested in conversating with me or communicating with me, please respond. She read my message and didn't say nothing. So I sent her another message, and I said the LMA Tolliver that I'm looking for, she passed in 2003. She had a son named William Tolliver Jr., who was a famous artist. She had a brother named Luther Lewis, and a brother named Joe Lewis, and she read it and didn't respond. So now I'm sitting here like, if I don't have the right person, please just tell me. So I wrote her back and said, if I don't have the right person, could you please just tell me? I'm sorry to bother you. She read it and didn't respond. So now I'm getting tight. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's thinking I'm a scammer because I'm giving her all information that you can find in an obituary. And I wrote her again and said, LMA Tolliver's brother, Luther Lewis, would have died way back in 1966 from tuberculosis, because you were not going to find that in an obituary. If you did not know, if you were not in our family, you would not have known that my granddad died from TB. When I sent that message, she responded to me and said, Yes, LMA Tolliver was my mom. Y'all know what that means? Have y'all put 2 and 2 together? 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8 because I ate that down and located our family. So I was so excited, like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't breathe. She did not know my granddad, but her mom had told her stories about my granddad. She also said she think I got some misinformation because her mom only had one brother. And I said, well, baby, nah, she didn't. She had two. And a couple of them had told me that, so I had to introduce them to their Uncle Joe. Because I don't know why y'all would have thought y'all mama had one brother and what happened. But when my granddad passed, he had 2 siblings. And I'm looking for the descendants of my Uncle Joe just as well as I was looking for the descendants of my Aunt Ella Mae Tolliver. And that's on period. So she was like, I cannot believe this. Like, you know, we wanted to know my mom's family. She was like, we wanted to know my mom's family because they were actually estranged from the Lewises, which I don't know the details of what have happened, but I was able to locate 7 family members. So it was so exciting. And the reason, and I keep saying I was able to locate, that's not true. God placed this in my lap. I begged for it. I pleaded for it. He on the main line, and I asked for it. And God placed my family in my lap. But not only did he place my family in my lap, these was family members that I never knew. These was family members that I never saw. My dad saw them, but don't remember, of course. But my dad saw them in 1966, right? At 2 years old. My dad about to be 61. It's 2024. So from 1966 to 2024, what is that?
For breakfast sandwich.
1966 to 2024. He hadn't seen any of his dad's people. So not only did God place them in my lap, God placed them in my lap to hand them off to my dad. So my dad have gained 7 first cousins on his dad's side. 7. I gained so many cousins. I tie back to the Lewis's, baby. I know where I come from. I know my people. I know my Lewis connections. Like y'all don't understand. So I was able to see a picture of my great grandma, my dad's grandma, for the first time ever in my life. My dad was able to see a picture of his great grandma who he hadn't seen in his flesh since he was 2 years old. You better clock that T. My dad was I was able to know stories about my granddad. Now, most of them siblings did not know my granddad. Their mom told them stories. However, the oldest girl was able to tell me about my granddad. She told me stories about my granddad, and it was matching up with the same stories my grandma used to tell me. She said she don't think she had no pictures. She'll see. But it's like, just to know that this is a real person. He tied back somewhere. We got blood connections. These are my blood family members. Love them to death like I've been knowing them my whole life. Because we're connected by the blood. And I was like, I really like tug back and forth on telling the story. And I've been telling it to like my people, baby. I've been spreading the gospel. But I really tug like back and forth on telling the story because I know who I am and I know who people try to like follow. I'm not in the pulpit. I'm not leading y'all up to the altar to, do all of that. I'm not doing that. I'm just spreading the gospel, what I know how, being my true, authentic self. And I want to let y'all know that what I tried to do on my own, like, yeah, I call it lazy pray. Yeah, I lazy pray. I may pray while I'm sitting down. I may pray while I'm laying down. I might wake up in the middle of the night and say a quick prayer and go back to sleep. I might say a little prayer in the car. I call it the lazy prayer. I do that a lot, baby. I got a lazy prayer spirit. But when I hit that flow and I begged God and asked God clearly for what I wanted, He put it in my lap within 48 hours. And I need y'all to understand, within 48 hours, not 48 days, not 48 months, 48 hours, 2 days. He put it in my lap. Jesus is on the main line and He waiting on y'all. He's waiting on you. He's there ready to do what you ask for Him to do. He already know your heart, but He needs to hear you profess it with your mouth. He's there and He ready to do what you want Him to do. All you got to do is have faith the size of a mustard seed and open your mouth. And He'll do it. Won't He do it? He said He would. Fight your battles for you. They gonna wonder how you sleep at night. Won't He do it? Oh, yes, He will. Anybody tell you something different, you know that's a lie. You gonna look back and be so amazed. How it turned out, it's only His grace. Won't He do it? Yes, He will. So I trust Him at all times. Period. So y'all just have to understand that was one of my cousins that actually just called. And today is her birthday. So everybody leave a comment and say, happy birthday, Deborah. Happy birthday, cousin Deborah. I know you didn't eat that in your room. So yeah, I just need y'all to know that God is there. And you know, I was a little hesitant on spreading the gospel because I don't got time for y'all judgment. But at the same time, I could give up about your judgment because I know who my God is. My God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley. Hide me from the rain. My God is awesome. Yeah, don't. One thing about me, I know the Lord. So you judge all you want to. You judge your mama. Judge your grandma if you want to. I know the Lord, okay? And so I'm going to spread the gospel when I feel like I need to spread the gospel, no matter what nobody think about it, because I want y'all to know that God works miracles. God moves all obstacles. God will do it in your life if you had a faith the size of a mustard seed and open your mouth and ask Him. So I have been able to put my family back together that has been apart for my dad is 60 right now, so for 58 years they have been apart. 58, almost 59, because he's gonna be 61. And I was able to put my family together. So anytime anybody want to know how I'm doing from now on, I won't even say. I used to be like, I'm good, I'm fine, I can't complain, I'm too blessed to be stressed. I used to say all that. From now on, you might as well, you want to ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed. Blessed and highly favored. And I have a family. It's already in the works, making plans to go see them, to meet them. And I'm just so excited. And if y'all had watched my last videos when I posted them and y'all prayed for me to connect with my family, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And we back on this vlog. So I had to take a little break because I needed a mental break. I was overwhelmed. And it was a great overwhelming. It was a good overwhelming, but I spent them days talking to new cousins. I spent them days talking to the kids of new cousins. Like, I was pleasantly overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with blessings, and I had to just take a step back from YouTube for a second, connect with my family. You know, we got so much. I'm 35. We got so much to talk about. And I want to know about their family and their mom and their brother. So it's just so much. So I took a step, but we back on the Vlogtober tip. We still got some October to get through. We're back, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for Sunday in tomorrow's vlog. Half heart, because I only got one hand, the other one holding the phone. So I will see y'all tomorrow.